Welcome to this latest story. Today's video is about a restaurant owner who he has been dealing with this crazy customer over the last few days. And let's get straight into it. So, Joey sent in this story. He sent it in through the Discord. If you want your stories read on this channel, please let me know. Go ahead and put them in the DMs. Go ahead and put them in the uh, Discord or Instagram, or go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'll read them on the channel. Um, if you want to go ahead and let me know, please, I'll read them right here, and we can get me or the comments, or you just want to hear someone read out your stories. Let me know. If you don't even want to do that and you just want to give me a rant, please do. I'll go ahead and listen to you guys for a while. But getting into it, Joey here, he owns a Tex-Mex restaurant, and if you guys haven't had Tex-Mex, man, you should try it. I live in Texas, so you can find them almost anywhere. Oh, they are so great, right? You know, I love these brisket cheesy tacos. Ooh, yeah. No, there's a good place down the road for me. But Joey here, he owns a Tex-Mex restaurant, and he goes ahead. He has one of the most popular restaurants in his area. If you're going to go to this city, you're going to go ahead and hit up his restaurant, if you got the money for it, kind of thing. Um it's just that important. So Joey here, he has this restaurant, and he has a lot of these influencers come into his restaurant, and these aren't really influencers, right? At the end of the day, you got 1,000 people on Yelp who follow you. You got this or that, right? Do you really? Are you really an influencer, right? But she posts food reviews, and so this latest one, she comes in here. She immediately goes up to him like, "I need free food. Give me a plate of your best tacos. I'm an Instagram food critic." And it's 2026, y'all, right? At the end of the day, how could you still be a food influencer in the year 2026 after Cartman over here from South Park went ahead and became a food influencer, and people are still doing that in the year 2026? Bro, we need to bully these guys even more if you are still able to go ahead and be a food influencer in the year 2026. Come on, guys. And so she went ahead and said, "I need free food. Give me all the free food. I want your tamales. I want your brisket tacos. I want this. I want this. I want this." And he's like, "Ma'am, that's a $200 order you just ordered for yourself." And she's like, "I don't care. Give it to me." And so he's like, "Are you going to be paying?" She's like, "No, of course not. I'm an influencer." And so he's like, "Okay, I can't do that for you, ma'am. Uh, Restaurants that have razor thin margins, we can't go ahead and pay our employees well if you're going to be going ahead and eating up all of our margins." And she went ahead and cried, "Oh, are you calling me fat? Why? I'm not fat. You're just mean." He's like, "No, ma'am, I'm not calling you fat. I'm saying that at the end of the day, you're going ahead and trying to get free food out of us, $200 worth of food. You want to go ahead and make you all the." She ordered 3 things of sopapillas, which they take a good bit of time to make, right? He only has one fryer, and so we're supposed to go ahead and make chips as well, and you want to take 30 minutes of our fryer time just for your sopapillas. She's like, yes. Yes, I need my sopapillas. You need to be giving me your sopapillas." And so he's like, "No, ma'am, I don't. If you're going to pay for it, sure." She's like, "Fine, I'll pay for it." And so he goes ahead, he makes this order for her, and she starts eating it all up, and she eats every last bite. And so he's like, "Okay, great. You like the food." And so she ends up saying, "Oh, this was so great. I'm going to make sure to leave a good review. I'm so happy that you're giving me this food for free." And so he's like, "No, no, no, ma'am. I told you many times that this food is not free. If you try to go ahead and leave without paying, I will call the cops. We have your license plate outside. We know who you are. You showed me your Yelp. All right, I know who you are. At this point, you have to go ahead and pay. And so she's like, no, I'm not paying. You gave it to me for free. It's on camera. You gave it to me for free. And so he's like, no, it's not on camera. I told you the complete opposite of that. Ma'am, if you don't want to go ahead and pay, right, maybe you can go ahead and work something out with the lady in the back. She's going on maternity leave. If you cover like 2 or 3 of her shifts, we can call it a day. But otherwise, you have to pay. So she's like, no, no, no. You told me it's free. So he's like, no, ma'am, it's not free. You had to pay. And she's like, no. And she grabs all her stuff, runs out the door. But as she's running out the door, she trips and falls over the exit door because she thought it was a pull door and it's actually a push. She trips and falls and she spills out her purse everywhere. And so he ends up having enough time to go ahead and block off the door. There's no customers leaving. And she's like, you have to go ahead and pay or else I'm calling the cops. You have to pay right now. And since you tried to leave, what are you trying to do, ma'am? Right? This is a restaurant. We're just a family owned business. We're not giant. We're well known, but not crazy. And so she's like, you have to go ahead and let me do this. You're rich. Your business is well known enough. If you want to go ahead and do this, I'll rip into your business. And so he's like, no, ma'am, I do not. This is crazy if you want to go ahead and have $200 worth of food. And since you tried to run away, I might end up calling the cops now. And this is your last chance. You have to go ahead and pay. She's like, fine, go ahead and make me one more martini. I'll pay for the whole bill right now. Like, I guess I will. So he made her a martini, and she's like, okay, I'll go and pay the bill. And so she's waiting on this martini, but the door's locked at this point. So she tries to go ahead and sneak out while he's trying to make this martini. And oh, look, the door is locked. And we just saw you try to run away again on now a $210 bill. And so he calls the cops, and the cops show up. And so she starts crying to the cops. This guy said that I can have all this food for free, and now he's not going ahead and giving it to me. And so she's saying that this guy is such a liar and a thief. He has an advertisement online, and she makes up an AI advertisement. Oh, you had to go ahead. You buy one martini, you get all this food for free. And they're like, ma'am, this is number one AI. Number two, that would just never be something any business would put out. There's no way you could have thought that was real. What are you doing? And uh the business owner is like, ma'am, that's not real. What are you doing? And she's freaking out at this point where the previous owner, the business owner over here, he is saying he's just being normal. And, that she's just acting absolutely insane. And the cops are just listening to all this and they're just laughing because, like, how insane do you have to be to think that you're going to get $210 worth of free food and then just run away from the bill? And so they're starting to side with the business owner, and she's seeing this. She grabs all her stuff and tries to run away again because at this point the door's unlocked. And she makes it all the way to the car, surprisingly, right? She's surprisingly pretty fast for like a 4-year-old woman trying to get free food. Um, and she says, like, fuck you guys. Fuck everything you were about. You're a terrible cop. Everything about you is terrible. I hate you guys. I hate you. Leave me alone. And so she jumps in her car and starts driving away as fast as possible. And, you know, fun thing about some states, right? You're able to go ahead and pit maneuver cars. So the cops immediately hop in their car as soon as she's trying to pull away because she's saying, like, screw you to the cops, saying that they're all pigs or whatever, and that she shouldn't be getting into any trouble. The cops were able to go ahead and get in theirs, and immediately, as soon as she's leaving the parking lot, they're able to go ahead and pit maneuver her into this giant sign. They have this absolutely massive sign that when drunk kids leave the parking lot, instead of going ahead and making it out, they'll go ahead and hit this sign, right? So the business owner, he made this sign purposely to go ahead and basically be a speed bump for if anyone's absolutely completely drunk, they're going to hit the sign instead of another car or going ahead and making it onto the road kind of thing. So you have to be, you know, kind of precise around it. And so they pit maneuver her into this absolutely massive sign. Like imagine like 2-3 times thicker than like a normal size pole for this size sign. It's like a billboard size sign so people can see the business. And the cops end up pit maneuvering her into this sign and say, like, hey, ma'am, what are you doing? And they ended up having to arrest her, and so she had to pay a massive ticket for running away on the bill. They have to go ahead and pay the bill and a 20% tip to the waiter who's serving her. They had to go ahead and pay for all of the repairs on the car. So it's ends up coming out to like $5,000 worth of damages to this girl for going ahead and trying to run away on this bill, which is absolutely crazy. Why would you try to do that, right? This is probably the most expensive tacos you could have possibly gotten. Is it really worth it? I don't think so. And so I am proud of this business owner for going ahead and, standing up for what's right. Because I don't think these Yelp reviewers, even back in the day, made sense. So now, especially in 2026, they don't. They really don't. Like, there are some like big YouTubers who will go ahead and make videos on like trying the new fast food or item, and those guys make sense, right? If you have 100,000 subscribers, or even if you don't, you're just trying to taste the new fast food thing and you're trying to go ahead and review that, that makes sense. But you're trying to go ahead and review a small business, you have like 1,000 people and you're trying to get this stuff for free, like that doesn't make sense. Because like at least when the even big YouTubers do that, they're paying for their food. Like these guys aren't. So it doesn't make sense at all. And so she ended up getting into a massive car accident, because of herself, and had to pay for a bunch of damages to her front bumper because they rammed her into it, and then she also has to go and pay for the back. Because of where she lives, she has to go ahead and pay for it. It's not like the cops have to go and pay for it, like, in California or whatever. So, right, man, don't try to run away from cops in a pit maneuver type state. Because I live in Texas. I used to live in California. I would never try to run away here in Texas. Because, like, at least in California, I knew if I'm going to run, they had to go and pay for the damages. And they have to go ahead and make sure, like, they're not going and overdoing it. Because, if I get injured in that pit maneuver, it's on them. But here in Texas, it's like, you could be in some serious accidents and they don't care. So, but yeah, don't run away from cops. Don't try to run out on your bill. That's messed up, especially if it's a small business. And please do not try to be a food influencer in the year 2026. Like, what the heck are you doing, ma'am? Pretty dumb. But, goodbye, guys. I love you. If you have your own unique story, please leave it in the comments below. Go ahead and put it in the Discord. Please DM me. If you just want to rant to me, it doesn't even have to be part of the YouTube video. Just let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.